We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Listen, oh, I forgot to play the music here. I'm a professional. Anyway, hi guys, welcome to Side Scrollers. I forgot the music, but I want to clarify this thumbnail thing because I see some of you guys talking in the chat. Craig made the thumbnail, then I saw it, and I saw that was absolutely shit and looked really, really inappropriate. So I gave him a new asshole, and then he gave me a new thumbnail. So now you see a nice, brand new spanking thumbnail. Anyway, hi Kay.
Hi.
We're
so professional.
I'm a boomer today. I was like, oh shit, there's something missing in music. Anyway, how you doing today? Thank you for coming back.
I'm doing good. This morning I found out that Professor's Oak first name is Samuel, and I'm very confused and thrown off by it. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect him to be Samuel Oak. It's weird. That's my life right now.
Thank you for that. Anyway, Johnny, what's new with you?
Okay, I'm actually mind blown by that. Professor
Right?
Oak. Like, what?
Okay, I was like,
with the last
he's
name
just
like
Professor
Oak, he needs something a little bit more interesting. Anyway,
Thank
and
you.
so yeah, I'm here on the episode that Blabs Me Too'd Craig. The thumbnail.
Basically.
Anyway, no, it's good to be here. Excited to talk about some exciting topics today. Should be fun.
That's right. And then obviously we have another John. We got John and Johnny's kind of cute and gay at the same time. How do you guys feel?
Good, thanks. I didn't know that about Professor Oak either. I've been a fan since the beginning, too.
yeah. I'm like, well, I watched the anime. I just never picked it up. And it's like, okay, yeah, Gary. So I guess it would be a normal, I don't know what I expected, like a Jack or a John, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Sam sounds kind of weird.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the name Sam?
I don't know.
It's just weird.
Didn't pop in my head when I
Yeah,
hear
he's not a
Professor
Sam
Oak.
to me. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, hello to you guys. If you guys didn't know, Craig died. He has the flu, so he's not coming today. And obviously,
Rip in peace, Craig.
You know what? He doesn't have to rip in peace. He can just be lying there after that thumbnail mishap. It's fine. Anyway, so you guys can find us over on sidescrollers.com or Locals, Rumble. Obviously, if you're on YouTube, hello, you can find us there. You can find us on Kick, Spotify, Apple, Rumble. I think I've gotten everybody. Oh, Instagram too. We have an Instagram, don't we, Blabs? Yes, we do. Follow us over there for memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, some sort of violence about you and your family. Okay, we went dark today. That was fast. See what I mean, Kay? How I just fly through all these?
I love it. I really
do. Yes, it's very, very good.
Blabs is the best, folks. I love her. I'm just saying.
So I have like 500 brain cells in here just yelling at each other the entire time. It's like, anyway, so we have a stacked show again because I wanted to make sure we had a lot of shit to talk about, and we do. A lot of gaming news, a lot of Netflix stuff, and a lot of stuff in between. But we do have a very, very special birthday today. Did you guys know that?
No.
Is it your birthday or something?
No, mine's in May.
Oh, okay. Me too.
If it was Blabs' birthday, it wouldn't be special.
Mine's in May as well.
Oh my god, are we all May babies except for Johnny, which means Johnny is the cool one out?
Did I just get a compliment after I just gave you like the worst?
Well, no, I said the cool one out, so like you're excluded.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I got a basic ass September birthday, and like that's like the most common birth month like out of the entire year. So, yeah, boring.
That's boring. Wait, Kay, when's your birthday?
May 25th, baby. Let's go.
When's your birthday, John?
31st.
Mine's May 28th.
We need to have a mega birthday party. Let's go.
Guys, we should have a birthday party all together.
So
we're like smack in the middle of each other. Like, doo doo doo. See, Johnny, you can't sit with us.
Yeah, you're not in the cool kids club.
Can't sit with us, bro. Well, anyway, let me tell you about the real special birthday today. And I think once you guys see it in today in gaming history, you'll know what I'm talking about. Look at that! We have Jewel Quest 2, 2007. We have Conan Exiles in 2018. And this right here is the one I want to talk about. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is 1 year old today.
We don't need to talk about Suicide Squad.
Oh, yes, we do.
We just pretend that doesn't exist.
Oh, God.
No, we definitely do. I feel like I need one of those like little kazoos go boop to like celebrate.
That is one of those ones where you need to celebrate the death day, not the birthday. The day that one like.
I mean, death day was like last.
The only thing
month.
I'm not saying happy
the
birthday
day after.
The day after launch, it died. But I wanted to share this. 237 players right now. Woohoo!
Wow.
Going strong. So I just, happy birthday, Suicide Squad. Yes. It won't be missed. Okay, now I'm gonna be Craig and be like, you missed some today in gaming history, Blabs. And I'll be like, oh, I didn't really do it, actually. So, we have, has anyone ever played the game Lifeline 2004?
No.
Or 2003
What
in
is
Japan?
that? No.
I don't think so.
No? Okay, so this one it's Christmas Eve 2029, the grand opening of the Japan Space Station Hotel. Bizarre creatures invade and begin slaughtering guests. Oh, I want to play.
I'm sold. What?
Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool.
Lifeline.
You're trapped inside a security monitoring room. You only contract a hotel employee named Rio. She's armed, she's beautiful, and she'll do anything you tell her. Oh, wow, we're going there, okay? With your voice, you are her navigator. With her courage, she is your enforcer. Your alliance is the lone hope for survival and possibly your only lifeline.
It's now starting to make sense why I, as a teenager with Christian parents, did not play this back in the day.
Interesting. Wow, okay. We also have Battle Stations Midway. Anyone play that?
That game was fun. It was like in that era where we got a bunch of, military type games and stuff like that, like the flight games on the 360 PS2 era. That game was fun. It kind of blended in with a lot of games in that era, but I liked it.
Yeah, I never tried it, but I like Midway. They're a good developer.
Oh, Battle Stations Midway is it's great. I think you should try it. They've got a bunch of them too.
Rogue Galaxy. Now this one, I wish I had played, but I never did. Farm Frenzy. That sounds like fun. Then we have Skulls of Shogun. Obviously, Conan Exiles, like I said. Double Dragon IV. EA Sports UFC 3. A Fishing Star World Tour. Anyone play any fishing games?
Not since the Super Nintendo. There's some good ones back on the Super Nintendo, like Bass Black Bass and stuff, but not since then, no.
I only fish in Ocarina of Time, just saying.
I've never done fishing.
Bring back fishing in Zelda!
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't there fishing in Wii Play?
Who's playing Wii Play?
I played it! I love that game! There was There was pool. There was like the jumping of the cows and stuff, like the racing.
Oh, right, yeah. I
loved Wii Play. I still have it, but I'm pretty sure there's fishing in that game. I just can't remember.
It's like the shovelware of shovelware.
How dare you? There was pool. You seriously
no? Pool like a
here?
million games. What?
I'm not. Listen, Dougie says he likes Wii Play. That's right.
There you go. You've got a brother in arms there.
Tanks, yeah, the Wii Play Tanks was underrated. That game was fun.
I like how out of 1,000 people in the chat, Blabs found the one person who's echoing her sentiment.
Shut up.
There you go. You got some people that like the tank game. There you go.
No, the tank game was really fun in the Wii Play. Like, there was some good stuff in that one. It was like very much underappreciated. I feel like everyone just kind of coasted through with Wii Sports and then Wii Sports Resort, but everyone seemed to just skip out on Wii Play, and I'm a fan of the play.
I liked Wii Sports. So I guess it's kind of hypocritical of me because I mean it's not that much different.
Did you know somebody like remade like Wii Sports with Harry Potter, like the tennis, where like in the scene in Harry Potter where like he bats with the bludger for practice? Yeah, somebody put that like in Wii Sports or whatever, like or in the Wii Play, and it's like home run. I think it was the baseball one, but like when he shoots the freaking bludger, they're like home run. It's all the Wii's, like the little Mii's running around and everything.
Oh, that's
cool.
I love the modding community so much.
They're great. And then we also have Connect the Circuit 1000, which is today, released today. Anyone buy that on a Nintendo Switch?
You skipped over a Tales game because I interrupted you. What's a Tales game?
Tales of Wind on Android.
I thought it was like Tales of Radiant Mythology or something. I got excited.
No. There's a whole bunch of games that are actually out today on Nintendo Switch, PC, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5, like Mythology of Cube, Phantom Brave, The Last Hero, Zebra Man, Card Fight, Vanguard, Dear Days 2. I don't know what that is.
Gonna have to wait in the midnight lines for that one.
You're right.
Today was a banger in gaming history, am I right? I mean Double Dragon, I guess, but like otherwise.
Suicide Squad, huh? Yeah.
It's already a 10 out of 10 with Suicide Squad.
That's right. It's the birthday of all birthdays. So tune in tomorrow for more birthdays. Anyway, let me say hello to the chat for a little bit. Corona says DOA is fun and all, but flat is justice. I was supposed to say juice. I was like, what? Flat is justice, Montez.
I can't stand for this flat is justice stuff. Hell no. DOA is fun though. I agree.
What do you mean flat is justice? Cue me in here. Like,
well, I'm assuming they're saying like flat because DOA is like busty babes, which is what I'm in for.
So are they saying flat boobs is justified?
They might be into ironing boards. I'm not sure. That's what I get from that.
Great. Yeah, I used to say that about people's asses. Like, oh, this dude's ass is flat in an ironing board. I've never heard it about boobs before.
Why do you want a guy to have a juicy ass? Is the bigger
question. Why wouldn't you?
Why would you?
I've never heard this from a woman.
You're telling me
before.
you don't. No, hang on. It's like everyone here.
Blabs wants some junk in the trunk.
Like, what do you mean?
Wait, you're telling me that nobody here finds a nice butt attractive?
Yeah, because I'm a dude.
Yeah, guys will find that attractive on women, but
you're telling me you don't think a guy who has a nice round arse is not attractive?
Why would I stare at a man's ass? There's
you
other
gay?
things I'd rather. What do you mean? No, I'm saying. Wouldn't that make me gay if I liked a big ass?
No, if it's on a dude, I'm not saying like a freaking volleyball. I'm saying it's nice. It's firm.
I've had a theory that Blabs was a lesbian for at least a year now. So.
Oh, Johnny. Listen, you're shit. Anyway. The answer is no, I have never been a lesbian. Thank you very much. I just like round butts, okay? We're learning so much on this stream. Anyway, yeah, we do have the goal today. So we're going to hit like 20 super chats, and then one of these Johns is going to go and pick a Montez scene. Bike Short Senpai says, proud gooner right here. That's right, you tell him you're a proud gooner. Nathan says, Team Ninja, what? We are showing you boobs in tight revealing clothing, internet. Are you trembling in fury at the audience? Huh? You say something? That's right, no one stares at boobs. Alabaster says, Montez! That's right. Jason says, did you anger the YouTube gods? I haven't been notified when you have gone live all week. No, I think it's just YouTube. Like, YouTube kind of sucks lately with the whole, like, running out of memory, not notifying people until, like, 3 days later. Like, I'll have notifications of a short that went live on someone else's channel, like, 3 days ago. Today. Like, thank you. 3 days late. Azzy says, how can you skip past Rogue Galaxy, one of the most underrated action RPGs on the PlayStation 2?
It was good. I just never got to the end, but I guess that's my whole thing, right? I finish games up until like an hour before it's done. But I like Rogue Galaxy.
You're one of them weirdos.
I am.
Did you guys know about that about Kay? She will play an entire game through and then just stop right before it ends because she doesn't want to finish the game. And then never pick it up ever again.
It was Gears of War. I just didn't realize how close I was to the end of the first one. I have 1 hour left, apparently, and I just haven't gone back to it yet.
John, I want to hear your thoughts on this too, because I was having this conversation with my wife yesterday. Actually, that she thinks it's a ladies' thing to start a game and then not finish it, and then start up another one. I like once I start a game, I have to finish it, and I get like frustrated if I have to start another game before I finish this one. I'm just like, focus. Is that how you are?
I don't do it deliberately. Yeah, like I'll make a point of finishing a game most of the time if like I really like it. But like with Tears of the Kingdom, like I'm right at the end and I still haven't finished it, and it's just like I just don't have the time to like get back into it.
I feel like the game like that's an exception though, because it's such a big, massive open world, and you feel like once you like kill Ganondorf, it's like, what's the point of doing all these like side quests? So I think it's normal to kind of try to do everything else before that. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't even bother with the side quests in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom because there's a billion fucking things. Like I just stick to the main path.
Okay, does it count if I play like Unholy, and then I go play Jurassic World, and then I go play like Call of Duty, and then I go back to Unholy?
I feel like that still kind of counts because, like, a game. I know you like your tycoon games. I like Roller Coaster Tycoon, and if I'm gonna get back into a game, I gotta beat like 5, 6, 7, 8 parks before I go on to the next game. I don't just like play it for 20 minutes, don't finish the objective, and then pick up another game. Like,
wait, really? Is this a woman thing? I do this all the time. I'll just be like, yeah, I feel like playing Pokemon Coliseum today, and then I'll be playing Marvel Rivals, and I'll be off in another corner.
That's what I'm saying.
On another adventure side
Waffle brain, compartmentalized. Damn it!
This is crazy. Yeah, you're right. Oh my god. Yeah, I just jump around in everything. I don't know.
Well,
sometimes I'm just in a different mood.
To be fair, when I do Jurassic World, I'll do like a bunch of challenges where I have to get 5-star parks, and then like I'll be like, all right, that's enough for now, and then I'll go play another game. Or I'll be like doing a sandbox where I'm like, I can come back to this any old time. This is my park. I have unlimited, right? And then I'll just go play another game. So I don't know. Maybe I am a side quester.
I don't know, because for me, it's like, you know, people always talk about like pacing and stuff. Like, in order to like fully immerse yourself in the game, I can't like pull myself out of the game and then play something that's like completely different. I want to get like the whole experience in one shot. You know, you don't watch a movie, stop it, and then come back to the movie like a week later.
Yeah, but that's a movie. You can't use the same equation.
I shifted from that in recent years. Like I used to be like, I started this, I got to finish it. Now I'm just like, I spend so little time playing games because I've got so many other things going on that it's just like, I want to spend this time doing something that I just like. And, you know, from day to day, I'll feel like, you know, I feel like playing this today. I feel like playing that today. So I don't let that bother me if I haven't finished something, you know.
Someone in the chat, and I agree with this. Beanie Man is touched with the tism.
Yeah, no, I saw that too, and I'm like, that's fair. Yeah, I get kind of obsessive about certain things. Makes sense.
Over on local, Spin Ninja sent a $1 tip saying, 54 years old today. Whoever said another year older, another year wiser had no idea what they were talking about. Well, happy birthday to you, Spoon Ninja.
Birthday. Way better birthday than Suicide Squad, just saying.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the actual gay man backstage. There he is!
Happy, much happy birthday for you.
That wink creeps me out. Anyway, happy birthday, Spoon Ninja. Hope you have a great day. Okay, Bentley Guy in Rumble says, well, the way this stream has started, I have full confidence that Blabs' ringtone is Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot, which ironically Kay has immense fan fiction just on that one song.
These allegations are crazy. I do not write fan fiction. Sorry, continue.
Today.
Blabs. Name like a male celebrity that has like the ideal ass. Like we need an example here. Like what are you talking about?
Because I don't understand this either. Like
a nice ass. Like all the time or like at one point?
Wait, it changes?
Wait,
well, I mean like they change roles and stuff, right? So they don't work out as much and it doesn't stay the same or whatever. You know what? Chris Hemsworth, nice ass.
Okay.
See, even John's not like, I get it. I
can admit that a man can have a well-shaped ass. It's just, I don't seek it out. I'm like, hey, look at that ass.
Yeah, that's my confusion. It's like, you don't like go out of your way to be like, I want to date that guy because he got a nice ass.
No, definitely not. Like, it's a bonus point if he's got a nice ass. But it's
I usually hear the same thing with like women. Like, can he be like a provider? Is he strong? Is he confident? Is he all these things? And Blabs is like, ass. She's a little different. That's all right.
No. It's true. It's like a bonus point. Like, I'm not gonna date you just because you have a nice buttocks. It's not gonna happen. Personality and everything else. Anyway, okay. Shall we move on from the butt talking? Are you guys okay with that?
If we're going to butts to boobs eventually, then I'm in.
We are, guys. We are talking about boobs today, so men, stay tuned. Mystery says the Blabs was a gooner the whole time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, Crazy T says, I like a man with a nice ass to match physique. That's right. Crazy knows what's up. Shout out, Crazy. The Worthy One says, Freaky Blabs is back. By the way, my ringtone is actually Austin Powers, the main theme. Okay? And Johnny, you can literally call the phone right now and I'll play it. I'm just saying.
Sounds like an order. All right, one
All right,
second.
I'm gonna put my phone off of mute. There you go. I'll make sure the phone is not visible. Israel
I
says,
deleted your contact.
no, you fucking didn't. Shit. Israel says, hello, everyone. What's your favorite platform game? Let's go, Montez.
Is it a... Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
I just want to point out Johnny's contact photo is him getting spanked by Epic Mike.
Yeah, because you turn that into a GIF or something. Once again, Blabs focusing on the asses again.
It was a meme from like 2022.
I may have timestamped it, I'm just saying. I don't choose what gets uploaded, but I timestamped
That's
it.
what I hate about the internet is he got destroyed that Mario Kart stream. I don't think he got better than 10 plates one time. And then what do I see online after that? My ass getting smacked by Epic Mike. What the hell is that?
Woo, okay, alright, let me get Israel again. Hello everyone, what's your favorite platform game? Let's go, Montez. Ooh.
Is saying Super Mario World a normie answer? Because that's just kind of what pops in my brain. There's so many platformers I love, but
Super Mario
it's just
World
so good.
It is, yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm sure if I thought about it a long time, I could give you like a top 20, but Mario World right away, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, my
Quintessential.
favorite is Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but like I think Super Mario World is the better platformer.
My answers are always the same boring stuff, you know, Metroid and Zelda games over and over again. It's literally my channel. So pick one, my favorite.
I'm gonna be boring and say I don't really think I have a favorite platform game. More of a
I'm gonna make you play
non-platform.
platformers, girl.
You
Please
gotta
don't
pick
talk to me
one,
like that.
Blabs. You can't pick one.
The podcast is side scrollers.
It's called side scrollers. Damn it, pick one.
Yeah. All right, fine. A Mario game. You know what? The one on the Wii.
There's
Super
like
Smash
40 of
Brothers.
those.
The one on the Wii, Super Smash Brothers. There.
Mm.
That one's fun because I play with my friends and my sister, and it's just nostalgic, fun stuff.
It's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, and Kay, did anyone else just hear Kay try to like naughty talk to me? No one else heard that?
No, it's yelling at you.
She's like, I'm gonna make you play those games, girl.
My conspiracy theories are coming to light.
They're not. I'm not into it, Johnny.
I just didn't know Kay was in on it, but now I know.
Do you want me to be a lesbian? Like, what's going on
I think
here?
I'm framing her today. I think that's what's going on.
People are framing me today. Anyway. Mercenary says, I was forced to watch Ghostbusters 2016. Took me 3 days to get through that piece of schlock. I had to stop every few minutes and pick up 30 minutes later. Why were you forced to watch it?
Probably reviewing it or something. You got like a channel or something?
No, he doesn't, I don't think. I actually watched it for free. It came with like Ice Age or some shit on like moviesanywhere.com. You know, like the digital code like redeem platform? Yeah, I got it for free, and I watched it when it came out. It was awful.
Telling me that you watched Ghostbusters 2016 right when it came out doesn't make me think any less that you're not a lesbian, Blabs.
I didn't watch it in cinemas. I watched it in like 2017 or shit, so it's like a whole year later, and I watched it because I was bored.
All right.
I was in California, and it was raining. What was I supposed to do? I didn't know anybody.
Watch Ghostbusters 2016? That's what you want to do? Like,
I was like, hey, this might be fun, because I didn't know anything about it. Like, I wasn't paying attention to anything about it. I was like, Ghostbusters, Chris Hemsworth, I'm so there.
she got attracted by the nice ass.
That's true. Okay, Chris Hemsworth, he used to be something. All right, Cookie says, We Play was great, and Montez, see? Blabs wants that Nightwing booty. And then Reddy says Clint Eastwood's ass. You can crack an egg on it. Listen, I'm not about Clint Eastwood, but I am about Scott Eastwood. Just saying. Okay, well, let's move into some. We're talking about asses, so now we're gonna get into some hard news because it just flows.
Hard news.
Okay, today we're going to be talking about a lady getting eaten or like bitten by a giant fish as she pretended to be a mermaid. Just throwing it out there. John's like, why am I here again? Okay, so harrowing moment, giant fish attacks young mermaid performer's face in front of terrified children. So there she is. She's swimming along. Nothing's the problem. Everything's fine and dandy. Ah, no.
Oh,
Bro!
Then she runs away. Isn't that insane?
she fled very mermaid-like. That was beautiful.
She was very elegant, but we have to talk about this story because it's insane how her bosses treated her, and that's why we're here. Not because she got nom-nommed. All right. So, watchers screamed in horror at the sudden attack at the primitive forest park in China. The mermaid, known only as a 22-year-old Russian performer, Masha, is seen in an aquarium tank gliding through the water while wearing a bikini top and tail. She waves to families as fish swim past her, but as she slowly moves to the surface, a giant creature bobs above her head. It then suddenly claps its huge jaws around her face, which caused people watching on to scream and shout in terror. But the animator manages to break free within seconds and quickly surfaces. The giant creature ate Masha's goggles and nose clips and wounded her head, neck, and eye, according to reports. Now, because this takes place in China, you really got to hear what they have to say. So this is her afterwards. It's not that bad, right? Just that
What?
there. And
I thought it'd be way worse, just like seeing that. What?
it might also be internal, too, that we just don't see. Like, she said she suffered neck injuries, right? So she probably hurt her neck.
That's so scary.
Strained some muscles, I'm assuming. So there's all the images. It's insane. This is the Russian chick in question. Okay, but if we scroll down, it says reports in the Russian media say the woman was forced back into the aquarium despite being in agony from a neck wound. So her bosses were like, "You're fine. Swim it off." Isn't that
Forced back into the aquarium? Like they were over the edge with a stick. Like, get back in there.
Get back in there, punk. She was offered some 78 British pounds in moral damages, but the attack was barred. But after the attack, she was barred from talking about it as her bosses at some Banana primitive forest park tried to cover up the incident. So she's not allowed to talk about it, even though everyone's seen it.
I mean, okay, whether or not she was physically forced, even if she was coerced, like, you got bit in the face by a sharky, you can't take the rest of the day.
Right? That thing is huge.
Yeah.
Probably eat her.
I'm sure
This
the
is a
public would
lawsuit
understand too. They'd be like, "What? You're putting her back in there? Come on!" Fucking hell.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I think
Send her
this is a
home.
lawsuit waiting to happen. Like 100%.
Unless it's completely different laws because it's China.
That's
And we
what-
don't.
Hey, based on Blabs' names, I'm like, I don't think this happened in America.
No, it happened in China. I don't even know how you pronounce this. Xin Shuang Banan.
A mouthful, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how it's pronounced, but the fact that like this is happening and like people are seeing this, right? They're like, holy shit, you're making her go back in. Like that's bad PR too. So
Like, I
Wild.
understand, like, this generation is a little spoiled by taking days off for, like, you know, a hangnail, all this stuff. He was bit in the face by a shark.
Yeah.
she's insane.
Come on. Give her the day.
Count your blessings, man. The fact that, like, yeah, that could just happen and be like, okay, go back in. And yeah, we get to
Crazy.
be like, oh my god, I broke my nail today. I'm gonna take a breather.
You know, how about getting bit by a giant fish? So anyway, now I forgot to remind chat, I cannot see direct donos because I don't have access to that, and Craig sucks. But I was able to grab yesterday's direct dono. That one came from It's Girth a Shot, who tipped $10 with a statement of, just some normal innocent support for some normal innocent men. This whole fat lady suing Lyft reminds me of the brothers from Rat Race that were trying to get hurt on purpose so they could sue the casino. That and the McDonald's lap coffee fiasco. Thank you very much. And yes, Rat Race is a great movie. You guys seen that one, right?
I'm trying to remember what Rat Race is.
I know what it is. I just haven't gotten around to it.
It's like it's a mad world, but like remade in the 21st century.
I
Oh,
don't
right.
think I've seen it.
So sad. Great cast. Great cast. Okay, so moving on. Did you guys know that today is Netflix Next Day? Which I didn't know was a thing. but it actually is. So today is basically Netflix announcing all these different things that are going to happen on Netflix in 2025, including Stranger Things, Squid Game, I should say. But they've also gone and announced a couple of other things. Before we get to that, does anyone give a giant flop about Stranger Things season 5?
No, not at all.
John?
I will actually tune in. I mean, a lot of time has gone by, so I think a lot of the hype has fizzled out. But like in the last couple seasons, I've been impressed by how it's sort of focusing the narrative and the villain aspect. Because like for the first 2 or 3 seasons, it felt like they were just making it up as they went along, and I'm like, oh, they don't really know where they're going with this, do they? But then they sort of funneled the villainous arc into this like humanoid Vecna character, and I'm like, okay, it looks like they're sort of building towards a conclusion with this guy now. So I'm kind of still invested, to be honest.
Spoilers if you didn't see season 4.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, so I've seen all the seasons, but I have to say I feel like it fell off. I can't remember which season it was with the fair and everything. That one was my favorite season, but like I thought season 4 was absolute shit, except for Max and what's his name? Lewis? Is that the boyfriend's name? I really like them. They were my 2 favorite characters. But and like the use of running up that hill was a really great emotional moment. I thought that was really well made. But I actually just do not care about Stranger Things anymore, and I don't even have Netflix anymore, so I can't even watch the finale. And I feel like season 4 was really dragged on too.
I saw up through 3. Ever since the cuties thing, I don't have Netflix. I won't get Netflix again. It's how it is. So, and a roundabout way, it's not Stranger Things' fault, but yeah, I haven't seen up to that point. But if it fell off, I had no interest to anyway.
Well, I mean, the people are like, "Oh my god, it's amazing," but I didn't like it.
I find this general portrayal of the 80s kind of irritating. It feels like a parody of the 80s. It's like if Family Guy did a bit about the 80s where they just like make fun of it, or like the cliches of it. But it feels like it just does that earnestly as if that was actually the 80s. It's like, no, it wasn't like that. Come on.
The rebuttal to that nowadays that I hear is it's stylized. When it's like overdone and dramatized, as they'll say, it's stylized. So I don't know. I don't know if I like that as an excuse, but that's what I always hear in rebuttal.
Yeah.
And then we also have Squid Game. Everything's a gate now. Squid Game season 3. Is anyone interested in season 3 of Squid Games?
Yeah. I mean, I had problems with the first season. It has a bunch of problems in the writing, but I thought it was entertaining. I sort of like the aesthetic of it. I find that the whole scenario entertaining. I like the music. I like the color palette. Aesthetically, it's pleasing, and I've watched the first episode of season 2. I wasn't that impressed, but I heard it gets better, so I'm gonna stick with it.
Squid Gaze. Well, if we can get past Benedict Cumberbatch giving you like the eyeballs, it's gonna be released June 27th for anyone who does care. I heard that season 2 was pretty shitty all around, but in case you care, there that is. Now, I do want to talk about this for a little bit because this is from Netflix. Who here has watched Little House on the Prairie?
I have.
Just a few episodes here and there.
Grew up with 2 older sisters. You tend to see that show quite a bit.
Did you see like the Kay just like her eyes just leave? She was just like so long ago. Like holy shit! Like she had a flashback to Vietnam or some shit.
I'm surprised you've seen it, Blabs. You're a little bit younger than me, so it seems like it'd be before your time a bit.
Well, it's before my time as well. I have all the DVDs, man.
I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Hardcore.
Did you say you're cool, John?
No, I said that's cool that you have.
Oh, I thought you were like, you're cool. I have the DVDs.
No.
Being nice. What's wrong?
It's been a rough show for Blabs.
I'm in defense mode. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, I've seen, I think honestly all of them. I think I didn't watch like the last season or like the last few seasons where they shift the angle, not from like Little House on the Prairie where it's like the whole family angle and it just becomes like Laura Ingalls and her husband. Almanzo, whatever the hell his name was. But now, Netflix is doing a reboot series. So this is the OG in case people need any flashbacks to Vietnam.
I'm sure they'll look just like that.
It's going to be Little Tranny on the Prairie. That's what we're looking forward to.
I mean, if you look at it, Paul is pretty dark-skinned right there because he's tanned so much from being outside. They're probably gonna be like, listen, he was actually black, guys, or Mexican, or whatever it is, and they're gonna, race swap him. But in this article, I noticed that there was a couple statements that I had to point out. So they say fresh take and reimagining. Now they don't give anything else except for like who's behind it, and that doesn't give you anything either about like what direction they're gonna take except for fresh take and reimagining. So you know that this thing is gonna be like Little Gays of the Prairie or some shit like that, or they're race swap, gender swap, gendering, like transitioning, whatever it is. So I'm not excited for it. But
when you hear terms like that, yeah, you got to wonder like what they're going to do with it. Like modern audiences, reimagining, yeah.
I mean, Netflix even did another thing today on like Netflix Next where they did like a Judy Blume book called Forever, and they're like a modern day twist or whatever it is. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, stop doing that. It's boring.
Right.
But the original Little House on the Prairie, if you want to feel old, was aired back in 1974. It has over 200 episodes, and it ended in 1983. So way before I was even born, but yeah, the end. Are you gonna watch Little House on the Prairie on Netflix, Kay?
Hell no. And also Michael Langdon or something. It's been so long, but the guy that was like the main showrunner, like he came across to me as someone who despised Hollywood and all this kind of stuff. So I can't imagine. He's probably rolling in his grave just thinking about this. It's just ugh.
I mean, I even went and looked up, and like a lot of these actors and actresses who were in that are no longer around either. So it's kind of sad. It's like you're ruining their legacy, but on the plus side, they don't see it. They don't know that this shit's happening. It's like they left right on time, I guess.
Yeah,
just create something new. Like, I don't understand why you have to keep rehashing all these old IPs. Make something original.
I don't like that the original shows get overshadowed by the reboots, and then they end up getting neglected. Like that pisses me off.
Fair. All right. So there's basically like a whole lot of like Netflix announcements today, including Happy Gilmore 2. Is anyone excited for that?
First one is all right.
The first one I loved. I thought it was fantastic. I mean, it's how many one-liners and great moments are in that movie, but I don't know. I can't say I'm optimistic. We'll just see what happens, because it could be a funny sequel. I mean, if done right, we'll see. But does it really need it? Like, I don't know.
It could just be a lazy cash grab where Adam Sandler just shows up, for like a lackluster script. But like Adam Sandler's acting in various movies relatively recently gives me some hope that he's taking the filmmaking of it somewhat seriously.
Sure.
And wants to make something decent,
All right. Well, say goodbye to Netflix because we're moving on from that. Let's talk about video game movies. Now, I think this was Kay that shared this. Kay, what are the top 2 video game grossing movies, domestically speaking?
Oh, my heart. I'm so happy. The Mario movie and Sonic 3. The world is healing. I'm so freaking happy.
That's right.
They were both excellent movies. It's just nice to see this resurgence of video game movies that are actually good. I mean, we got a lot of really trashy adaptations in the past, some that I look back on fondly, but these 2 were actually excellent films, and I'm really glad to see that they're doing well in the box office as well. It's just so cool.
Yeah.
So, go on, John.
No, they're both good. Yeah. The Sonic really surprised me with the films, because like I was a massive Sonic fan in the Genesis era. And then I went around the time of Sonic Heroes, my interest started fading because I didn't like the sort of kiddie aesthetic that it all of a sudden had. And then like Sonic felt like it went really off the rails with like Unleashed and Sonic and the Black Knight, where it's just like, what are you guys doing? And like, I really like Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, even though they're like glitch buckets. But other than that, I didn't like Sonic's venture into 3D. And then, Sonic obviously didn't get off to a good start in terms of films with the ugly Sonic thing, which like I cannot believe that not only they went with that initially, but the way they recovered from it, the way that they did. It's just like a massive, like, you screwed up so bad, but then you recovered so well from it, and now it's great to see that it's actually doing really well. So
I still wonder if that was just a 4D chess move Like if they put that out there to look crappy on purpose so that when they updated the model, it just gets romanticized and everybody loves it that much more. That would be genius. I think if I had to bet money on it, it probably just happened that way naturally. But that, I don't know. Part of me wonders if that was just like an intentional planned move, because that would be brilliant if it was.
Maybe, yeah.
All right,
It's a toss up for me on that. I really don't know. Like I kind of understand the conspiracy theory on that, but I'm like, are they that smart to do that? Or were they really
Right.
just like making such an ugly model? But yeah, you're right. That is a perfect story. Like we make this ugly model and then we listen to the fans and then the fans are just happy regardless because we made it look infinitely better. So
It's Paramount, right? I just wish they would have done that with the Halo show. Be like, this is actually, this isn't actually Master Chiefs. Here's Master Chief. Yes, take my money.
On that.
Right.
So the Mario movie grossed $574.9 million domestically, and Sonic 3 grossed $226.7 million domestically. Now, I've actually not seen a single Sonic movie so far. Not one. But I saw the Mario movie on a plane. But I liked the Mario one. It was pretty great.
are you really watching a movie if you're watching it on a plane?
Yeah, because you're so bored. There's nothing else to do.
You're on like this little TV, and you're like, and
But
then
I'm
the person
also
in front of
little,
you's
so,
got
like,
their
it
hair
fits.
draped over it, and it's like
What kind
babies
of
are crying in the back.
Wait. What kind of plane experiences do you have where someone else's hair is draped over your screen?
Have you never?
Are you riding first class, Blabs? Like,
No,
what?
that never has actually happened to
That
me.
is the standard coach experience.
Dude,
It's like
I
everyone's like kicking the back of your chair. Some
100%.
child is screaming, running down the aisle. Like people are
I'm gonna
like
be
leaning
honest.
back into you.
I mean, I have flown first, but not like international type of stuff. It was just more like a 2-hour flight, and it was cheaper to do it because you'd get the free luggages and all that, and I had a lot of luggage with me. But no, every time, like when I was flying to Japan, I had a little kid sit in front of me, so I lucked out. I seem to luck out where like the person sitting in front of me is never a pain in the ass. Like it's always just somebody tiny, or they just don't ever move and they just sleep the entire time. So, knock
Count
on
your
wood.
blessings on that one too, girl.
on
That's
wood.
not normal at all.
Although I will tell you the story that there was like some autistic kid on a flight to Australia. I'm like,
was
on the way back actually to Australia from Australia, and like this guy must have had like the super hardcore autisms because he was screaming bloody murder, and his parents are totally fine with it. But the thing was, like, they must have tranquilized him or some shit for like a good chunk of the flight. But afterwards, about 2 hours before landing, this kid's screaming hardcore, and no one can do or say anything about it because it's a child. And it's like, well, this kid clearly has mental issues, but this is a very like long flight, a 12-hour flight that people spend a shit ton of money on, and they can't even sleep. So like I could hear him, and he was way back behind me. Like I don't know where the hell this kid was sitting, and I could hear him. But yeah, it was nuts. So I've had some
Yes.
shitty experiences, like a dude farting curry around me and another dude snoring. Okay.
What do you mean around you? Like he's walking in a circle around you?
No, like I was asleep, right? So I always take like the window seat because I just hide from everybody. But like this guy must have been like in the middle, and this whoever it was just farting a shit ton of curry. It was awful. It smelled so bad. Then there was a crying baby at the same time, and a dude snoring loudly. And then I was claustrophobic, so I didn't. That was not a fun flight, no. But nobody was bothering me in the front seat.
See,
is all I'm
why
saying.
did you? So imagine watching a movie and under those conditions, some man is circling you with curry farts, and you've got babies screaming and crying, and you're like, "I watched the Mario movie."
I was able to distract myself and just like focus. Yeah. The worst
I remember
movie.
Go
Go on,
ahead.
John. No.
I remember seeing a viral video of some girl's hair like draped over somebody's
I
like
saw
screen,
that.
and I was convinced it was fake because I'm like, who the fuck does that? Like, because she would have a screen in front of her, so she
Mhm.
must know there's a screen behind her.
Mhm.
Like, what? And why wouldn't you just tuck it behind your head? Like, that
I
just
would've-
felt like it was for clicks or something. I don't know.
I would have either put food in it, wrapped it around something, tied it. I would have messed with this person, but like you're bothering me, so I'm gonna mess with you now. But the worst movie I ever watched on a plane though had to be Beauty and the Beast, like the live action one. That was god awful. It was like 3,000 hours long of Emma Watson singing auto-tune. It was a nightmare.
Oh, boy.
Don't recommend. Anyway, Mercenary says I was reviewing it, gave up making videos because. Thank you very much. Bike Shorts says I'm hard for hard news. Good for you, Bike Shorts. Robo says it's pronounced China. Thank you very much. And Shieldwell says, great job this week, Blabs. Don't forget to eat a sandwich and take a nap. I haven't had a sandwich today. It's kind of depressing. Blabs, I never knew we had the same taste. I'm not a lesbian, though. Neither am I, Honey Badger. Okay. Miku says, nah, Mario movie had Girl Boss Peach, not SSB Peach.
Yeah,
She
this is
wasn't
one
really-
problem. I have this problem with the movie. They did make her a girl boss. It's kind of like, why is Mario even here when she's just doing laps around him? So, yeah, I agree. I wonder if they combine multiple princesses, though. Like, I have a theory that they tried to put a bit of Daisy's personality and stuff into Peach as well. That could be why.
Yeah,
But I agree.
I think it's debatable because, like, her personality and her kicking ass certainly lined up with the comics from the Nintendo Power magazines. Like, that was a big thing she had. But she always plays the role of rescue her in the games. And so I think that's why it's, just off-putting. And so that one, yeah, I get people having a problem with that. But people who are complaining about Bowser being a simp, I'm like, that's just Bowser. Like, back off. He's always been that about Peach. Back off.
At least I don't remember it coming at the cost of diminishing Mario in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it did have that girl boss thing going on a bit, but, like, I thought Mario, like, they didn't make him look weak or anything in comparison.
Because he still saves everybody at the end, too.
Right, yeah.
So.
And it's more about the brothers, and they have a nice little arc. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Bob.
No, it's okay. Mercenary says, I'm holding out for the Smash Brothers movie here. Well, you held out correct. Bike Short says, Sonic and the Black Knights is the best Wii game. Put some respect on it. All right.
Well, I haven't tried it, so, I mean, it just, aesthetically, it just makes little sense to me.
It's janky. I like it because I like medieval stuff and I like Sonic, so it's kind of like a combination of things. I'm like, it's hard not to love this, but it is pretty janky.
Right.
Wasp for 5 on Rumble says, men like big breasts because it means more milk for the kids. Wide hips mean baby can exit birth canal more easily. Women like big butts for better performance. It's your gene survival code. See, I'm not lying here. Abomination says, what is a Simcast light instead of in-depth discussions about buttholes? It's a whole debate about the shape of men's butts. Dude, you literally wrote discussions. Was says, my previous super chat is purely scientific. It's your genetic code to look for the best features for reproduction survival of the human race. So there you have it, guys. I'm looking out for the welfare of the world. Ha! Okay, so I want to talk about Brett Cooper, but only because of like the absolute like home run that she's done with YouTube, where she hasn't even posted an episode yet, and she has a shit ton of subscribers already. 858,000 subscribers, which has been up since Kay and I looked at it this morning. It was 853, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 853. That's
So,
insane. Good for
It's
her.
pretty impressive. Like, I don't want to talk about politics or anything. I'm just saying, like, that's insane. Like, that is pretty impressive for someone to like quit the Daily Wire and just start all over. Not even put out an episode yet, and boom, almost 1 million subscribers.
Well, it's proof that people go for the personality more than anything, right? So you can replace the show and like the showrunner, but people will follow that person ultimately. They're not necessarily going to watch that show. And if you look at, I have nothing against the person that took over for the Daily Wire show. I don't really know a lot about them, but the views are way down on that show since she took over.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Massively,
And I don't think they're giving her a fair chance by making her, replace somebody that people love already. You're just kind of setting that person up for failure. So, I mean, good for Brett Cooper that she can go on her own and not even post a single video, and that many people are following her. But yeah, it's an interesting situation.
Jeremy Boring recently put out a video too that wasn't very flattering. Like it seemed like he was trying to throw Brett under the bus a little bit. But yeah, like regardless of whether or not you agree with her politics or worldview, she comes across as a very genuine person, and people respect that.
That's true. She's very smiley too, and that's nice.
And she hasn't come across as like bitter at all about the Daily Wire departure.
Yeah, she's pretty graceful from what I've seen. I've not seen everything though. All right, we're gonna go back to the United Kingdom. Okay, so yesterday we did a little section about the United Kingdom, and today we're going back. As a 25-year-old woman faces possible jail time after pleading guilty in the UK's first ever cyber farting case. Accused of sending numerous videos of herself farting to her ex-boyfriends, causing distress and anxiety.
Is this a troll?
Well,
No, this is real. I have the full article ready to go.
The UK and its justice system is so fucked right now, and shit like this. I mean, it's like there's enough farcical shit going on over there that it's like I actually believe this, even though it's so fucking stupid. Like the term cyber farting, like that can't be real. You know, it's so dumb. It's like an oxymoron, the term in itself. You know, if that's actually being used in an official capacity.
Insane. But let's just go through this article. Let me zoom in before I bring it up. There we go. All right. This comes from Unilad Tech. It says woman faces 12-month sentence for cyber farting in bizarre case. The first case of its kind is no laughing matter, and it's actually insane. So I don't even know if we can laugh at this, but it's kind of funny at the same time. But one of the most bizarre cybercrime cases we've heard about, a woman has been charged with cyber farting at her ex-partner's girlfriend. No, at her partner's ex-girlfriend. There you go. So I messed up before. While the strange act didn't involve her sending legions of angry Amica robots to expel microchips out of their rears, do they even have them? On her doorstep, cyber farting is pretty much exactly what you'd think it is. In the United Kingdom's first ever case of cyber farting, 20-year-old Rhiannon Evans sent several videos over the Christmas period and has now been charged. I really like how they use pictures of butts here. Prosecutor Diane Williams had to explain magistrates in Carnforth, North Wales, how a number of videos were sent to Evans' ex, where she proceeds to pass gas by placing the camera on her bottom and passing the gas.
I mean, that is pretty disgusting. I don't know about 12 months, but
insane.
What motivates you to do that?
I don't know. Mental illness is a real thing.
You're just like farting on your own phone, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Ew.
Like, you're just doing it to yourself.
3 videos were reportedly sent on December 22nd with 4 more gas-related incidents spanning the period between Boxing Day and New Year's Day. Each video showed Miss Evans passing wind, her face smiling at the camera. She's just like, hee, look what I did. As reported by The Sun, Deborah Prytek says she was bombarded with videos from Evans and that she would like to feel safe at her home. Instead, she claims she's been feeling anxious thanks to Evans' actions. Okay, this woman's a piece of shit because you can just block. Right? You can just block these messages.
The ultimate internet meme, just close your eyes. That's all you have to do.
Mm-hmm. Evans admitted that she sent the videos when she was arrested at her home in Carnforth. According to the prosecutor, the perpetrator suggested she wanted to send videos because she felt her partner was being treated unfairly. She reportedly didn't know that sending these videos could be considered a criminal offense and questioned why the plaintiff hadn't blocked her. Exactly. After being handed a 12-month community order in order to pay a total of 299 British pounds or 370 USD in compensation and costs, Evans has defended her actions to The Sun. Calling the case petty, Evans added, "I never thought farting would land me in court. I think the sentence is a bit excessive and dramatic. We are living in a very snowflake generation." Which is insane. And she said, "I sent the messages on WhatsApp. I do have regrets, but I wouldn't have thought I would be here for something like this, to be honest. It's petty. I've learned my lesson," she says.
What's the lesson? That your government's retarded?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
This is funny and stupid, but I'd be more inclined to laugh if it weren't for the fact that, I read about stories in the UK and there's like knife crime and horrific sex crimes, and people are not being penalized to the full extent of the law, and sometimes they escape prosecution entirely. And people getting their doors kicked down for writing shit on Facebook or tweeting something, and it's just like your priorities are completely off, dude.
100%.
Like,
yeah. Just watching a video of Idris Elba talking about getting rid of your kitchen knives because you're pointing.
Yeah. We talked about that yesterday. It's a night. He's like,
get rid of your kitchen knives, and then it'll be your baseball bats, and then it'll be, any blunt object, any sharp object. In prison, they make shivs. They can make anything. But, now we're 12 months for cyber farting.
Yeah.
And there's more, actually. As well as a cyber farting case costing Evans, she has to attend 15 rehabilitation sessions, be subjected to 60 days of alcohol abstinence monitoring, and has a 2-year restraining order from the victim. Rehabilitation for farting videos, everybody.
Listen, I just think this whole thing is a circus. It's clowns on clowns because, although me and John are harping on the government, this woman is not an upstanding citizen, a wise person. Do not send pictures of you flatulating to exes or it doesn't matter. What the hell? Oh my God.
If you get shit like that sent to you, just fucking block or mute them. This is so it's just more playing a victim, Oh my God, fart videos. Stop subjecting me to this. You can stop it.
Yeah, especially because it's WhatsApp too. So you really can block. I know some things you can't spam emails. It's kind of hard to block those, but now it's easier to block stuff. But WhatsApp, you literally can be like, boop, nope, and she just didn't do it. She knew what she was doing when she kept all these records of everything. She wanted to put this woman in trouble. Let's be real.
The thing is, okay, people will try that all the time, but the government shouldn't be bending to that. That's really my issue with this. It's it's ridiculous. Yeah, get your shit in order.
Plus, you don't even we don't know what people's relationships are like. Was coarse joking like this something that happened, and then finally it gets reported, and now it's all of a sudden a giant crime? It's you don't know what led up to this. Was this so out of left field, or had they done other weird, just ridiculous for the government to do that.
Yeah. And it's a shame in the UK because it feels like they can't win. Whether liberals or conservatives get voted into power, it's always great, another twat voted into office. Thanks, guys. It's feels like there's no winners on either side.
No, it's pretty shit, to be honest. Well, shout out United Kingdom for your farting gas and whatever else that you guys have is insane.
I think it was an excuse for Blabs to bring up that dude's butt image.
Well, I mean, it's not. Listen, I thought it was funny that they use it for farting. It's not that I like his ass.
I like the way his ass. Look, it's in jeans.
Dude, he has the flattest ass ever. It actually caves inwards. It's not a nice ass. Sorry.
Why do you notice this?
What do you mean? Why don't you telling me you don't notice butts?
Well, you pointed it out, so now I'm noticing it, but I didn't before.
Well, I only thought it was funny that they were using butt photos in a farting article. That's hilarious. We're actually doing this for comical relief, but now Johnny actually did some 4K chess on it where he thought I was actually examining people's buttocks, but no, it's flat. Sorry.
Checkmate, Blabs.
I only paid attention to it after you said so. God, whatever. Listen, I like big butts. I'm not afraid to say it. Leave me alone. Light Flawed for 5 says, I was looking forward to Craig streaming Hello Kitty Island Adventure today. Kay probably collected all the McDonald's Yu-Gi-Oh's X Hello Kitty minifigs.
I kind of did want them low-key, but I didn't.
See, I actually want to go to McDonald's just to get the TCG stuff and then send it to my friends who collect TCG cards. But I don't. So I never did. So, oh well. Anyway.
Does McDonald's still do toys?
Yeah, they're doing some Happy Meal shit, aren't they? I haven't been to McDonald's in years.
Me neither.
And those things are so valuable years and years later. Dude, if you want to go buy that and save that as an adult, my advice is do it. Freaking do it. One of my biggest regrets in life is when I was a kid, I remember when first generation Pokemon cards and everything just took over.
Yeah.
My buddy was like, I wonder if I should save these cards. I wonder if one day they're going to be super valuable. And I'm like, for these Pokemon, for these monsters, this is a phase, dude. People are going to care about this years from now. I'm the biggest dickhead for that. That poor friend of mine could have so much money if he didn't listen to me.
Yeah, you suck.
Dude, I have a binder full of Pokemon cards. Sorry for cutting you off there. I have a binder full of Pokemon cards, and a lot of them are water damaged, in a flood. I was so upset about that because I have some good shit. I have a holographic Charizard. I have some first edition cards.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, I was devastating.
That sucks.
If you want that Happy Meal and say your child's back at home and excited to get it, and then really you just want the toy inside, go do it. That's my advice.
I mean, I think it only counts for like the TCG stuff because I have like the McDonald's Furbies from like the 90s. And they're worthless. They're like $2 each. So
you don't always know because I remember like Pokemon was like, are they going to be valuable one day? Absolutely not. But these Beanie Babies, they're going to be like gold. They ain't worth jack.
So John and Kay will know this this person, but I literally bought a bunch of Furbies and then mailed them to Moz in Australia. And now he's got like 4 Furbies. And like they used to sit on his tower on his PC, but I think that he moved them because I think his tower's getting too hot and like they're made of plastic, so not the smartest stuff. But yeah, he's got Furbies now.
Does he even like Furbies or is that a troll?
No, he didn't even know what they were, and I'm like, how the fuck do you not know what Furbies are? So I sent them to him as a joke. Anyway, Abomination for 2 says, Simcast Light now have an in-depth discussion about farts, about to give Chrissy run for her money. Thank you very much.
To be fair, this is what happens when Blabs hosts. Like,
listen, Johnny, you love it. You absolutely love it. Okay. Now we have to get. Oh, actually, no. I have to set this one up first. Miku says, "Oi, you got a license to fluctuate here?" And Miko says, "Women's brap house. You're gonna like the way you do it." That's hilarious. Nice ones. Merchant says, "I still have the movie promo cards for Pokemon." Nice.
So do I. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I see the rest of you super chat guys. I will get to them in a bit. All right. So from farting, we're about to get super duper serious here instead, okay? Because this actually has to do with PayPal. And it is pretty important to listen up in case you are a streamer or you are really trying to protect your privacy because, and I've verified this is 100% true because I've checked on my own PayPal account. Let me zoom in for you guys. Okay, streamers. Apparently, PayPal is changing what appears on business invoices on February 1st. It will include whatever address you have listed. And then it explains how to change this. To log in, go to invoicing, settings, change the drop-down with your address to hide from recipients. And this is even like for people who want to do tips or whatever, you know, for like tax purposes. It will actually show your name, your phone number, and your address unless you specifically go in there and you change your settings. Which is insane because if you miss this by some chance, you're just basically putting your address out there for the world to see. And there's some scary people out there who are, like, even in this thread, there were people saying, let's get her information. If they don't change it, we can go and get their info. Yeah. And it's like, wow.
This is such an oversight, man.
PayPal's been sketchy, man. PayPal is sketchy. Like that time they were, like, blocking people making, you know, like, I would just avoid them like a plague. There's so many different apps and stuff you can use to exchange money now. So it's like,
what do you use then?
Cash App. I have a lot of different people I got to work with. So Cash App is an option. I mean, a lot of times when I'm working with advertisers and stuff, you just get direct deposit set up, you know, just make sure they're really, you know, they're actually who they say they are, because you get a lot of scam emails doing stuff like YouTube. But yeah, a Cash App and then Venmo or Zelle, or I would do any of those before I would do PayPal at this point.
At
the very least, when you're submitting invoices via PayPal, you get a preview of how the document is going to look before you submit it. So like it's easy to, at least to check, like to verify whether the address is there or not. But yeah, that shouldn't be the case where it automatically puts your address on there.
Yeah.
You should have to toggle that on if you want it there.
Right. So for anyone who uses PayPal and you want to keep your really important information secure and safe, be sure to check the settings. It is very easy. Like this person says, go to invoice settings, change the drop down with your address. It's very, very simple. I will give them credit for that, to change it and make it say hide from recipient. But still, that shit's nuts. I actually started panicking. I was like, oh my God, like, did I do this right? Is everything saved? Because like, what happens if like you didn't do it right? Whatever, just you're retarded. I don't know. But like, yeah, no, terrible idea. PayPal does.
Venmo's the same thing. So want to ditch that. PayPal apparently owns them too. So if you don't want to use PayPal, probably Venmo is good to ignore too. So thank you.
Yeah, right. So be sure you guys are aware of this. Now, On another note, so Kay and John are in Canada. Are you guys going shopping to Walmart Canada because Indiana Jones the Collector's Edition is back in stock? Are you gonna go shopping, guys?
It's kind of a cool collector's edition, not gonna lie. Like,
You
it
think
looks
so?
kind of awesome.
You get a globe.
The globe is pretty cool. The price isn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't this thing like freaking 259 Canadian dollars or some shit?
Yeah, fuck
that's
that.
insane, man.
You get a globe.
I mean, I like what I've played of the Great Circle so far. I've played like the first 3 hours of it, but fuck, I wouldn't pay that much for a special edition. I don't really opt for special editions of games anyway. I'm not really into that.
John, have you? Or I should say, Johnny, have you played Indiana Jones: The Great Circle?
No.
Has anybody here played it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you have? Did you like it?
Yeah, I like it so far. I'm not very far into it, but you know, it sort of plays rigidly from its first-person perspective. But I was surprised actually how open it is. Like once you get to Vatican City, like a few hours in, you can there's a lot of different places you can go, and you can sort of get lost in it. So
I might be open to it. I've just been so closed off on anything Indiana Jones since the Crystal Skull. So when Dial of Destiny came out, I was like, well, I had already checked out on this franchise anyway. So if it's really, really good, and I hear a lot of people recommending it, sounds like you enjoy it, John.
Yeah, I haven't noticed any political bullshit wedged in so far. And,
yeah, but there wasn't even in Crystal Skull. Like it was just bad. Just, bad. So I just want it to be good. So if it's a good game, then yeah, I'll entertain.
What do you mean? You didn't like swinging with the monkeys on vines and shit?
No. I mean, him surviving a nuclear bomb in a fridge was pretty cool, but not realistic.
Yeah, I remember playing that in the Lego Indiana Jones.
And I know you fell out of the plane on a little blow up thing, I know it's still not as crazy as surviving a nuke in a fridge.
Yeah, that was stupid. I agree.
Yeah, and I've not watched the fifth one, Dial of Dysentery or whatever.
I think the films ended at Last Crusade for me.
Yeah, there's a fifth one.
Disney made one last year.
No, pretty sure there's not a fifth one.
That never happened.
We ignore that.
The fifth movie is so irritating to watch. I actually preferred Crystal Skull as much as I didn't like it.
Wow.
That's why I'm not watching the fifth one.
Yeah, don't bother, dude.
All right, so moving along. Did you guys know that Kay here is a Kingdom Hearts hater?
Wow.
Really?
She is.
I told you it's not a popular opinion. A lot of people love Kingdom Hearts. I can't stand it.
Well, the reason I want to talk about it, but before we get into Kay's thing, this is why I want to discuss it. Because Kingdom Hearts series has officially sold 37 million copies. Now you may go on to interrogate.
Look, I have really tried with Kingdom Hearts. I have tried. I have started the first game so many freaking times. And then I hear Sora and it just all the whining of the characters. It's so childish. And I get a lot of people grew up with this game and they loved it. But for me, it just did not hit me at the right time. I have tried. I can't take it seriously. I love the soundtrack. I love the fact that it's combining Final Fantasy and Disney. I should love this on paper. And then every time I launch it, I'm like, I can't take this big ass foot guy seriously. I just can't. I can't do it. So I went into Kingdom Hearts 2 because I had a friend who was like, okay, fine. You don't like Kingdom Hearts 1. Just try Kingdom Hearts 2. And I was like, okay. So I went into it. I was like, okay, the combat feels pretty good. It gets you right into the action right away. Sweet. And then Goofy started laughing. And it's all the Disney characters. And it's just am I supposed to take all the drama in this seriously? I can't do it. And the story is so convoluted. You have to track so many different things. No matter how much I try, I can't do it. That's why I hate it. But I know it's near and dear to people.
It looks like apparently it's not as unpopular of opinion as you thought, but yeah, definitely not.
I get where you're saying. It always struck me as an awkward mesh of aesthetics doing anime with Disney characters. And before I played the first one, I was like, I feel like this isn't going to work for me. And I played the first one. The controls haven't aged well, but I did end up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. I have a slightly warmer opinion of it, but I get what you're saying.
think it has to hit you at the right time. Like, I imagine if I was like just, entering high school or something and I was worried about relationships with my friends and all that stuff, I'd be like, oh my God, this hits me so hard. But like as an adult trying to get into it, I'm like, I don't care about your problems, bro. Like, we got bills to pay out here. And you're like crying about like, this person, I'm worried about them. The thing is, I get it because, like, obviously with games, there's other games that have issues like this too, and I'm fine playing them. It's just something about how juvenile it comes across that I just can't relate to. Whereas, like, a lot of other games, I feel like they do a better job of getting you immersed in it, where you don't feel like you're just dealing with goofy ass shit.
Literally goofy. It's like having like anime characters, and then it's like you have Goofy fucking standing there going "Gorsh." It's just like, oh my God. But it sort of grew on me a little bit as the more that I played it. But I haven't played the sequels, so.
I just wanted to share that it sold 37 million copies in case a hater. That was really it.
I hate 37 million people. Just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Don't act like you didn't set this up, Blabs. She's like, oh my God, wow, hostility.
I'm the one being framed today.
Listen, when the defense is up strong, you throw it out to somebody else, okay? Chivy says, I'm late. Where is Craig? I like the Kirby t-shirt. Craig died, so that's where.
Yes.
He'll be back tomorrow, maybe.
F's for Craig.
Oh,
F
look.
in the chat, yeah.
Harriet Tubby. Okay, Tubby for 5 says, remember to purchase Civ 7 so I can show you how to really cyber fart. I got that watermelon booty. Gang, Tubbs out. Thank you so much, Tubby. Harriet Tubman appears on our show all the time. Thanks, Tub. Would say Van Damme has a nice behind.
He probably would.
Probably would. And Tager says, the Mario movie made as much money as all 3 Sonic movies combined. Nintendo rules all. Sega does what Nintendo don't, which is suck at the box office.
Oh, dang. I feel like that's not really a fair comparison at this point, though. Like, Nintendo's still a massive like console seller, second highest selling console of all time, and Sega's like hanging in there as a third-party seller. Like, I don't know. Not the most fair comparison.
Listen,
I feel like standards were different.
In the classic console wars, I was on the Sega side. I was the person that was like, Sonic is my mascot, and we're edgy and we're cool, and screw you, Mario, you corporate shill. So I'm on that side of it, no matter what. I know Sega's not doing well anymore, but I always will have that little fight in me that's like, I love you, Sega, please. We didn't deserve the Dreamcast. We weren't good enough for it.
I didn't look down on Nintendo in quite the same way, but I was the same, where I was very much Sega, like Genesis and Sonic and all that. And it took me a while to come around to Nintendo.
Yeah, smaller budgets for, I believe, for the movies for Sega as well. So I mean, and then I think more people thought the Sonic movies were actually good. But what am I doing? I'm the Nintendo guy. But I think a lot of people thought the Sonic movies were actually better films than Mario. I liked Mario as a Mario fan. Like,
yeah,
I did have some qualms with the movie, although I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I think if you're like comparing it, like the Sonic movies got progressively better, like no matter what. And I love Sonic so much, but the wedding scene in the second movie just makes me so angry. It's like it's so bad.
That is rough.
So it's like they got progressively better. And if you're comparing Sonic 3 to like the Mario movie, like I think they're pretty comparable. But Nintendo right out of the gate made a great film. I have issues with it, but it's still like the fact that it took Sonic that long. I can't really knock both of them that much, because it's like I don't know, for me it's like Sonic 3 to Mario is good, but the other two were not that great.
Before I saw the Sonic movies, I thought I would hate them, and I was surprised by how much I actually went with it, even though it's not really what I wanted or what I expected from a Sonic movie. I don't like the amount of real world stuff. Like the human characters, I feel like have very little, if any, chemistry with each other. But I do like the execution of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in the films. I thought the Super Mario Brothers movie did a much better job of integrating like the actual video gamey mechanical aspects of the game into the film, like using blocks and power-ups and all that, having all that in the movie and integrated in a smart way. I thought.
But even the final battle and the final conflict, they returned to Brooklyn for that. And I agree with you. I was like, why are we doing this in Brooklyn? Like, can't we stay in the Mushroom Kingdom for the final act? So.
Yeah, that's fair. I do want to quickly mention Hogwarts Legacy today. Listen, I know I'm gonna have to do it, but I barely talked about it the other day when like the announcement came out. I think it was on Monday. But today, guys, there's an update to Hogwarts Legacy only on PC players, and actually, the Avalanche software is live on Twitch right now talking about it, and it's all modding, like official modding. So yes, modding already existed in this game, just not officially. I mean, like people were making Shrek as a broomstick and flying around on it, which is awesome. But now it's official on Steam and Epic. The thing is, in my like perspective here, is that it's like a giant FU to PlayStation 5 people who had the incentive to go buy PlayStation 5 for the exclusive quest at launch. And then in 2024, they're like, this quest is now available to everybody. And it was like a giant FU to Sony people who went out and bought the PlayStation 5 for that one game. And now they don't even have any updates in like 6+ months. So it's like a huge FU, even to like Xbox, Nintendo Switch. But yeah, there is no moddings whatsoever for the console plebs. The end. That's all I want to say. Is anyone going to try out the modding?
I probably will. I have Hogwarts Legacy. I've only played like 2 hours into it.
It's not good, is it?
Well, I don't dislike it, but there's just so many cutscenes, and it's just a lot to sit through.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the modding thing is pretty cool. I mean, too bad for the PlayStation people, I guess, but like, I think this is a pretty big W for Warner Brothers to integrate this into Hogwarts Legacy and expand the life of it and interest and all that. People are gonna, I think, put some pretty cool and funny shit into it.
So here's what I'm wondering: how censorous is this going to be? So in the launch trailer, they shrunk the headmaster, or the headmistress, I should say, and made her like a dwarf, right? So if that's okay, will they change like the tranny and make it an actual woman? Are they gonna like remove all like the DEI out of the video game and stuff like that? Like, where is the limit, you know? So I'm really curious what they're like allowing and not allowing. Now, I actually will be either trying this either today or tomorrow if I don't have time. But I am really curious to see what they're gonna like allow, because it's the official modding, right? So they can't have anything racist or anything. But they did shrink a headmistress and made her a dwarf. So I'm like, where's the line?
Do you know if they've set up some kind of dedicated platform for hosting
Reforged.
Hogwarts? Oh, okay, right.
And there's a Discord too, and like you can actually like let people like download all your other stuff and everything. So it's like real modding. Like you can go and use somebody else's mod and go play.
Right.
So yeah, it will be interesting to see. I had to talk about it. Sorry, chat, but it is gaming related. So suck it. Okay, now let's get to the thing that everybody and their mother wanted to talk about today: Dead or Alive. Okay, first off, do you like Dead or Alive?
I love Dead or Alive so much. Like, probably my favorite fighting series. I just love it. I'm so happy we're talking about this on a day that I'm on the show. I just love Dead or Alive.
All right,
Yes.
Johnny, do you like Dead or Alive?
I'm a fan of Team Ninja. I like Ninja Gaiden, Ryu Hayabusa. I've been playing a ton of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Oh my god, I'm so happy that's out. But never really got into Dead or Alive. I was always like aware of them. I know they had a lot of the same characters like Ryu, Ayane, all that sort of thing. But I never really picked it up and tried it. I don't think my parents would have been too happy about it with all the beach volleyball and bouncing and all that. But yeah, no, it always looked like it was a lot of fun.
And what about you, John?
I think I played one of the fighting games. I thought it was all right. And I've always been aware of Extreme Beach Volleyball because it was like the meme Big Booba bikini game. I always thought that was funny. Yeah.
All right. Well, this comes from, I can't even say it, Automation Media? I don't even know. But Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation Devs are on a mission to make players suffer with Honoka's well-endowed body and new, sexier-than-ever costume. Would you guys like to see her, boobas?
Hell yeah.
Johnny's
yeah,
like,
you're the single guy here. I'm aware that my wife's downstairs in the chat right now. I ain't saying shit.
He's looking at a Bible or something right now, like, nope.
Let's go.
Da-da. Titties.
I swear they made them bigger. I swear.
I can make them bigger right now.
Well, there you go.
Some epic side boob.
She's always had like good size, but like this specific outfit, I'm like, those are bigger. I swear. It's wild.
It's like that Peter Griffin meme. How about that side boob? Do you like that? Well, you should, because that's my side
Check out
boob.
this side boob.
All right, so let's just get into this. Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation, or DOA XVV, introduced a new True Colors costume for Honoka on January 29th. Unlike many previous outfits, the new cross-line costume gives peach-haired Honoka a distinctly sharper and sexier look than usual. In a recent interview with Famitsu, Dead or Alive producer Yasunori Sakuda, and a freelance illustrator Fubuki discussed why they decided to give Honoka a different look with the new outfit and how they went about it. So we're not going to press the video because I feel like maybe that's just a bit too much for YouTube. I'm not sure.
Sure.
But it says, first introduced to series fans in the fighting game Dead or Alive 5, last round, Honoka is a young student and self-taught martial artist. She has a sweet and easygoing personality, and her outfits tend to be on the cute side and sometimes have flower patterns. Look at Johnny, he's just squirming. He's like, what do I do? What do I do?
No, it's just they tend to be on the cute side. Okay.
She's cutesy.
Cute
Look
is
at her
how we describe it.
face.
Okay.
He's cutesy. Just don't look down. Honoka also appears in the live service dating sim volleyball game Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation. Since its release in 2020, the developers have been regularly adding new outfits to the game, which that can be won through its gacha system. Although Honoka had some sexier costumes in the past, like her secret agent costume and slightly edgy goth-flavored newcomer costume.
Ooh, the goth one is good, lads. I'm just saying. It's good.
Is she a goth mommy?
I play this game a lot, just so you know. Anyone that watches my channel, this is our Be Right Back screen. I just make it all beach volleyball, no joke.
The cross-the-line costume is a departure from her outfits in Dead or Alive, and, well... I like it. You know, she's cute. She's got the bracelets and stuff. And a little bit of a goth mommy gloves over there and stuff, but it's fine. The illustrator who designed the costume recounts that Kuda said, "We're going to use Honoka's well-endowed body to make the owner suffer." With this as a concept, Fubuki explains that our aim was to create a swimsuit which conveys the message that Honoka, with her gentle personality, has decided on her own accord to wear a sexy outfit because she has realized that she fancies the owner. So there she is. John, would you or would you not?
Oh my god.
Wait, who were you talking to?
You, John.
You, John, not Johnny.
I'm not going to ask that one to Johnny. I'm too nice.
It's not, okay.
I mean, it's obviously very revealing and kind of gooner bait, but like there's a design element to it that's respectable. So
respectable, he says.
I like they put a lot of thought into it, like all the intricacies of the design.
T-H-O-T.
It's not just about like look at them titties. Like it's actually there's some art to the fashioning, you know.
John's really trying to make this like a whole essay of why he would. Anyway, Fubuki adds that they were also highly conscious of Honoka's newcomer costume from Dead or Alive 5 last round when designing her new TC outfit. I think it's so popular it has become the most default outfit. Also, this costume has not been added to DOA XVV, so I thought that if we took the new outfit in the same direction, the players would be delighted. And like, she's got her jacket and everything. You know, it gets a little bit cold on the beach. You got to put a jacket on. I get it. Honker. But at the same time, getting the balance right was important. I thought that if I made too overtly sexy, it would not suit Honoka. I aimed for a sexy costume which best balanced that flavor while retaining Honoka's personality with the cross-the-line costume. Honoka has a more mature hairstyle, a more revealing bikini, and plenty of leather details like her fingerless gloves and choker, which give her an edgier look. However, this is balanced out by cute details like the ribbons and her flower-shaped earrings and heart necklace. See, she's cutesy. She's got, like, heart stuff. Yeah.
I love her.
So that's basically the end of that. Chat, let us know if you'll be playing with this beautiful skin. We know John's doing.
I'm
so
what?
excited.
It's basically the same thing in Ninja Gaiden. I was just kicking ass as Rachel the other day. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I was playing that last night too. Ninja Gaiden's sweet.
Oh, it's so good, dude. The second one needed a nice remaster for a while, and oh my god, it's so much fun. So much fun. Go play Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
It just came out of nowhere, eh? Like it surprised me. Like the release of it.
Yeah,
I heard nothing about it
as well.
So, Kay, what do you think?
Oh my god, okay, I've been waiting for this game to come out for so long. The second that they announced it, I'm like, I'm so in. And like, yeah, it's a dating game. So I only have one issue with this game, really. And that is that they're not really bringing a lot of legacy girls in right now. And I don't know if they're going to nickel and dime us with DLC later and be like, okay, now you get this character, now you get this character. The only really recognizable one, I mean, there's two. Misaki, who a lot of people like, I'm like indifferent. But Honoka is like DOA 5, so she's like later in the series. She's like the most notable one. That's my only complaint about this game, is that I want them to bring in more girls that we remember, like Christy, Tina, Helena. Like, there's so many. Kasumi, Hitomi, where are they? Why are they not here? But I will definitely be honking Honoka as soon as that game comes out. It's happening.
Honking, huh?
We're honking Honoka over here, boys.
I get you. Okay, I see what you mean. Anyway, before we move on to more, actually, this has to do with more Japanese news. How are we doing with the Montez goal since I don't have tubes open?
8.
We're on 8 on 20. We may not make Montez today, guys, but we have Japanese developers on Steam can't receive revenue from adult games due to Japanese banks blocking transfers. So kind of same wheelhouse, adult games and all that, but this one's actually a bit of a serious conversation because this is to do with money. So it says, it has been revealed this week that Japanese developers who are distributing adult-oriented games via Steam are facing issues when trying to receive their profits. It seems the Japanese banks are suddenly blocking such money transfers. Politician Taro Yamada, a member of the Diet's upper house, brought attention to the issue on his official X account and in a YouTube broadcast. Now, both of these links are in Japanese, so there's no point in me pulling them up. As reported by Yamada, there have been numerous cases in which Japanese developers of adult-oriented games have been unable to transfer their profits from overseas, i.e. from Steam banks in the US, to Japanese bank account. Both Japan's Financial Services Agency, FSA, which is responsible for banks, and the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, METI, which oversees games, have confirmed that this issue exists. So basically, they're being blocked on their way to Japan. Initial thoughts, John?
I mean, I don't think the government should be doing this. Yeah. I mean, for this kind of thing, like if people are willing to pay money for that sort of thing, they should be able to get what they want. And, yeah.
Johnny?
Less government everywhere, all the time.
Yeah.
Better.
That's right.
Me and John are friends.
I'm not a fan of government either.
And Kay?
Just stop blocking how people can make their money. You know, it's ridiculous to me. Yeah, the government should not be involved in that. Payment processors should not have this much power. I hate it.
So they have a reasoning, but it's full of shit reasoning. But what is the reasoning behind this move by Japanese banks? In a hearing with the FSA, the banks gave a vague answer saying that it's not only because the games are intended for adults, rather it is apparently a comprehensive decision based on laws such as the Act on Prevention of Transfer of Criminal Proceeds and the Foreign Exchange and Foreign Trade Act. However, Yamada argues that if these are legal disclosed transactions, then they should be granted, which they are legal because it's all through Steam. He is currently working with the FSA and the METI to try to find a solution to this issue. On his profile, Yamada lists freedom of expression and digital policy among his specializations. When otaku dating site Ayulan had visa payments momentarily suspended on their site last December, he spoke out about the negative impact that these sudden, intransparent decisions by international payment processors have on legitimate businesses. These abrupt suspensions have become a hot topic in recent months, impacting Bishogo, I think that's how you say it, games developers, manga archives, and fan art sites, and none that we have covered heavily on Automaton West. It seems that Japanese banks are now becoming a problem for Japanese creators too, considering that Japan is positioning anime and video games as its core industries for economic growth. This move by Japanese banks seems counterintuitive. It'll be interesting to see how the situation is dealt with, which I agree because they are really going with the entertainment right now in Japan. Doing this is really stupid. Your thoughts, guys?
Yeah, well, I said my piece. I mean,
everyone, that's about it, right? Yeah.
It just needs to be
Stupid.
solved. Like, especially if Steam is fine with these games being up and they're clearly people are buying those games, that money needs to go to the creators. That's really where I stand. Like, and it's just ridiculous that these payment processors think he can get in the way of any of it. If people want to buy it, then let them buy it.
Japan's different, man. The way they do things is always very, very different, and our cultures are not used to it. It's like people say the same thing with Nintendo and how much they, control their own content and how much they're always. But that's pretty normal over there, and so I don't know. I'm not for that. I'm for the the freedom. I'm not saying I would participate or I'm big on that, but at the end of the day, like, stop trying to control people. Let people, do what they're going to do, unless it's obviously criminal. But what is criminal here? Like, specifically, what is going on? This criminal.
Yeah, I mean, there should be a line somewhere. What if it's like harmful or absolutely morally repugnant material that's not satire or anything. But like for something like this, where it's just like titillating, like sexual content, whatever, as long as, people should just be able to buy that shit if that's what they want. Like Johnny was saying, I wouldn't participate, but if other people want to do that, it's up to them.
So I know Madame Savvy's been doing like a massive deep dive on like Visa and I think even MasterCard with them blocking payments and stuff. So when she gets a new PC, I kind of want to have her on and do like a giant deep dive and explain what the hell's going on. And I feel like this is very much part of that. But there is some more Japanese blockage going on because Nintendo blocks foreign payments on Japanese eShop, making digital imports harder. So this one's specifically for Johnny because Nintendo nerd right there. Okay. Buying games from the Japanese eShop as a foreigner without a Japanese bank account is going to get a lot harder. Today, Nintendo announced it will no longer accept credit cards issued overseas and PayPal accounts opened overseas from January 25th, 2025. So this is from a couple of days ago, the announcement. Now let me zoom in for you guys. There we go.
To be fair, I think we're all Nintendo nerds here. I got 2 Nintendo.
He's like, I'm wearing a Kirby shirt, damn it.
And I got Kirby.
John's like, I'm offended. Anyway, Western Nintendo.
Love your PlayStation character Kirby there, John.
Yeah, I'm wearing a Star Fox shirt too. What the hell, Blabs?
Okay, listen, I know like Johnny's like the freaking Nintendo fanboy out of the three of you. I think I would say that out of you guys, I think Johnny wins. But Western Nintendo Switch owners have for years now created regional Nintendo accounts to capitalize on cheaper prices or wider availability of the titles that are not in their home region. This change creates a larger barrier for anyone residing outside of Japan to buy games at the store. There are several Japan-only Switch titles that players abroad will no longer be able to access, including Tactics title Nobunaga's Ambition, Sphere of Influence, Mecha, mashup titles Super Robot Wars T and V, a Yokai Watch remake, and most notably Mother 3, which remains a Japanese exclusive for Nintendo Switch Online. So, Johnny, are you mad about this already?
I mean, okay, I'm not sure I'm totally understanding. So, like, they're just not accepting credit cards at all, like, overseas? I'm not, like, what, is there a detail on this thing here? Like, how are they going to make money from the U.S.?
It's basically, like, region locked digitally, is how I'm understanding
So, digital sales.
Yes.
So...
You used to be able to work around this by like using PayPal and stuff, for example, and now you can't do that anymore. So, I mean, there is another way, which I can think of right now, but they're making it a lot more difficult to do this, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
It's just baffling because I don't see how Nintendo benefits from this. If anything, they just pull in less money. Like, why would you do this? I don't get it.
I wonder if this is on the Nintendo
I don't
side.
see the plus.
Is this the Nintendo side or the processor side is really the confusion. I guess maybe more Nintendo side in this one.
They're saying Nintendo.
In particular, right? I have an issue with the fact that Nintendo doesn't bring all of their titles onto every, like it should all be in every region. For example, I'm a big Fire Emblem fan, and people in Japan, as far as I'm aware, got Fire Emblem 6, which is a Japanese only title, and we didn't get it here. We only got Fire Emblem 7 on the NSO, and I was really mad about that because I love that series in particular. So it's really annoying. I mean, you can find ways you can import physical because the systems are region free. So I usually go to Play Asia and I'm able to import games. But this is really obnoxious for the digital only future. That's the thing that bothers me, is that we do get cartridges right now of some of these games that are exclusive to Japan, etc. But now we're moving towards a digital future where a lot of these games, it's just easier for them to pop it onto the eShop done. And it's just making it harder for us to access those. So I guess what you could do is buy an eShop card from another country and then use that eShop card on your account maybe, but I don't even know if they'll break that loophole. It's really just awful.
I don't know.
Just let people play the games they want to play.
Yeah.
Because it says here, what is curious is that this change only affects the Japanese eShop. So users of the American European eShop will still be able to make purchases across those respective regions. So maybe what you're saying, Kate, it might actually work, but I feel like Nintendo's smart enough to stop these workarounds.
Yeah.
And you'll still be able to buy, like, you can use physical Nintendo Switch cartridges from Japan as the system is not region locked, which is always great. So unless you're looking to buy an eShop title that is download only, you can still play Japanese games on your Nintendo Switch.
It's just senseless. Like, why would they be like, pick certain games and be like, no, that's for Japan only. You guys can't have it. What the fuck do you care?
Yeah, I don't understand that because you're just losing money there.
Yeah.
I never understood that.
It's such a weird topic, too, because it depends on the game. For example, going back to Dead or Alive, they didn't release the Venus Vacation version in North America, so I actually had to import it. That's how I have it. And I just got, like, one that was, I don't know if it was Japanese or Chinese version, but it had, like, all the languages on it. And the reason why they didn't release that specific extreme here is because Koei Tecmo decided that the market wasn't okay with it in the West. So it's just like such a layered issue for me because for some game companies, it's like, well, the West can't handle it with their views on DEI and all this shit and how they treat like female characters. And then like they want to make sure they get the sales essentially. And so they don't feel like it's viable to actually translate these games and get them over or even like provide it for that market. But for me, everything should just be region unlocked. You can play anything anywhere. If the game exists, I should be able to play it on the system that I buy. And that's it. So.
Yeah, I always found region locking broadly like frustrating and stupid, whether it's movies or whatever. You know, like with movies, you have region A, B, and C. It's like, and with cartridges, sometimes they're physically keyed, so they won't go into the like N64 games or like that. It's just like, why have this? This is stupid.
Yeah, I agree. The region locked Blu-rays are stupid.
Yeah, and it is frustrating for Nintendo too, and could become even more frustrating with Nintendo because you talk about the DEI crap and all that sort of thing. Nintendo of America is where that stuff really comes in through localization, you know? And so getting these games sometimes in Japanese is how you get the games in its truest form, like from where it's creatively, like, because there's even stuff like plots are sometimes completely changed with some of the localization. Like there was an example of Breath of the Wild where Ganon's entire aspirations as a villain were changed with the localization. And so that's another big, because, you know, some people do know Japanese. Some people want to learn Japanese, you know, and so, and just being able to have the most true experience to what the game actually is, especially with how Nintendo of America has been going, that's really frustrating in this aspect too.
Do you remember in what way that was changed? Because I didn't know that regarding.
Yeah. And Breath of the Wild, he would. I remember what they changed it to. It was more like they made him a more surface level villain who was like, but I can't remember specifically what his motivation was in the Japanese version. Someone in the chat, if you know, please help me out. But he was just a little bit more complex, and for some reason, localization just felt like they had to dumb it down. And so that was essentially what it is, but I can't remember exactly what that extra bit was from Japan.
Right, fair enough.
All right, so moving on from Nintendo to discount Nintendo, I guess you want to call it, because on Xbox, there is a game that's available for like $3.99, and it's a Mario ripoff. Mario Striker Soccer League is now available on Xbox.
Bro, Nintendo threw a fit.
I feel like this is a lawsuit inbound.
100%. What was that?
They're gonna tear this down in seconds.
They went after Pal World for looking too similar to Pokemon. Well, what's this gonna do? What kind of reaction is this gonna warrant?
So, for those wondering, dive into the thrilling world of the arcade-style soccer. Experience the excitement of 4v4 matches where every player counts. With 10 unique and fun team games to choose from, you'll dribble, pass, and shoot your way to victory while defending your goal with a skilled goalkeeper. And yes, this thing is a real game. I found like the website, like the Xbox store. It's like $3.99. So
I feel like they just like bring up that photo again, Blabs.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody was trying to make a video for a Mario Strikers game and just went AI to make the thumbnail. And then this is what they got and decided to make a game off of it instead.
Probably. Developers are using clearly AI-generated image and bio to promote.
Yep.
And
like,
in
what
the
is that?
in the wider image, in the foreground, you have two people playing handhelds, and they're not even the same. It's like, what the fuck are they? What are those?
Even the pattern on the soccer balls are just like.
Yeah, look at this one. That's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a triangle on this soccer ball up there. So
Not just AI, it's bad AI.
$3.99 on Xbox store. It's real. But I just thought that was really funny, and we'll see what Nintendo does with this. Well, if they be like, "Yeah, it's too funny, let it have it," it's fine. Or will they actually be like, "No, this has to go"? We'll see.
Yeah, well,
you're gonna risk a giant lawsuit with Nintendo for a $3.99 just like afterthought game? Like, really?
Yeah, here's some more images of this. I couldn't even find a trailer. It's just still images. So, yeah.
It looks fucking awful. Look at those character models. They all have the same face and stupid haircuts.
They're scary looking. That one looks like Voldemort or Mr. Bean in the back. I don't even know.
That goal font, that text there. It's like, what's the most stereotypical Asian font we can find? Just goal.
Yeah, with AI and the increasing ease of use with APIs and like game engines and stuff, like it's just going to be a wave of this kind of stupid schlock. Yeah.
So we're gonna transit from one Nintendo to PlayStation now because, well, why not? So, do you guys remember the whole drama with Helldivers 2 that was released last year?
Oh yeah.
Okay, what was the drama?
Well, part of it was that they made the whole PlayStation Network stuff mandatory, so there were a bunch of countries that got locked out of being able to play the game, essentially.
Yes. And then they basically bought that game, and then they weren't allowed to play it anymore. So that's what my issue has always been about, saying you're not actually pro-consumer, even if it says that, you don't actually need the Steam profile anymore. Not the Steam profile, PlayStation profile, I should say, anymore. Even though, like, you kind of do. They never brought back those or refunded people who paid for something you can't play with anymore. However, as of last week, they're actually decreasing the amount of countries that are locked out. So it went from 177 to 133. So it's progress, sort of. I mean, it's very, very slow, a year in the making. But yeah, some of these countries are now able to play again, which is a plus. But there's also more news in the PlayStation blog here. Now, Kay, you're a big PlayStation nerdy nerd in comparison to I am. So do you want to lead this segment?
If you want me to,
yes.
Sure, just throw it up on the screen. Go ahead.
Here we go. All right, new in-game content incentives coming to PlayStation games on PC, starring Kay.
Let's see. Okay, so yeah, starting tomorrow, with tomorrow's release of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 for PC, we're working to add more benefits to playing with an account for PlayStation Network. The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered coming April 3rd. In addition to God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Zero Dawn Remastered, will all soon be adding in-game content unlocks for PlayStation Network account users. An account for PlayStation Network will become optional for these titles on PC. And that's a big thing here, the fact that it's becoming optional, finally. Players who still opt to sign into PlayStation Network account will also enjoy added benefits like trophies and friend management. Details on new benefits for players who opt to sign in with an account for PlayStation Network. So as you guys can see, each game has a different thing. So for Marvel Spider-Man 2, you get early unlock suits, the 2099 black suit, and the Miles Morales suit as well. And then for Ragnarok, you get access to armor of the Black Bear set. For Kratos, at the first Lost Items chest in the Realm Between Realms. And this was only previously accessible in New Game Plus, and a resource bundle as well. For Last of Us 2, you're getting 50 plus points to activate the bonus features and unlock extras. And Jordan's jacket from Intergalactic. And you're also for Horizon Zero Dawn gaining another outfit as well. So pretty much what they're doing here is rather than forcing you to sign up for PSN and link that to your account now on PC, they're saying for these future games, you can have it if you put it on there, you're going to get extra stuff, but you don't have to do it anymore. I think this is a look in the right direction. I think this is how it should have been to start. It should have always been optional, and if you want to do it, great, here you go, similar to a pre-order. Now you get like an extra outfit if you want to do it that way. So nice that they're reversing course, but I did check on Helldivers on Steam earlier today, and they are still requiring it, at least on the Steam page. So
yeah. It's really stupid because they're like, we're not going to require it anymore, but then they never removed it. And I remember saying it last year, I'm like, guys, it's still there. And you're like, give them time. They have to take hours to remove it. I'm like, no, this should have been instantaneous. If they make the announcement saying we're removing it, it should have been gone. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. I think, oh no, it's Alex made a great point here. I'm going to plug the himbo for a second. He says, with this change, are you going to bring back the ability to purchase the games in the 180 plus block countries that don't or can't support PlayStation Network? Now, as we know, this has now dwindled. It's not 180 anymore. It's 133. But still, what are they going to do about these countries that are blocked? So
it just should have never happened in the first place. That's really what it boils down to for me, is that they should have been way better with their planning in advance for this. And it always should have been optional, and these countries shouldn't have been blocked. Like, I mean, I get that they're cleaning up the mess now, but until they completely fix the issue, I'm still going to hold them accountable for it.
Yeah, the region blocking is one thing, but the mandatory account thing, I mean, this is a good decision, but this should have been the case from the start. I mean, the mandatory account thing always struck me as a bullshit way of artificially inflating their numbers to make themselves look good for investors and shareholders or whatever the fuck. And it declined me from like wanting to buy these games because I didn't want to deal with that account bullshit. But now that they've changed course, not only am I incentivized to actually maybe buy some of these games now, but like I might actually create the account and connect it to get some of the assets, depending on what they are. Some of the outfits I don't give a shit about, but there's probably some cases where it's just like, oh, that's a cool bonus. I might actually sign up for that if it's not like too much of a pain in the ass to do it. So they should have done this from the start, man.
I agree. I'm glad they're at least changing direction, as Kay said. Johnny, your thoughts?
I don't have much on it because I don't play. I don't know the PlayStation Network, Xbox, Nintendo. All I know is that I thought about that is they listed off a bunch of remasters of games that were released in the last like 5 years, and I'm just like, PlayStation people, you guys are PlayStation people. Do you get excited about that? Like when Nintendo remasters something or remakes something, it's like at least a decade old, typically. Yeah. Are you guys happy with like stuff like 4 years ago, 5-6 years ago? Now it's remastered, looks slightly better.
For me personally, anything 360 PS3 shouldn't be remastered at this point. Like games have not developed that far since then, so I can understand like remastering a game from SNES era onwards or whatever. But I as soon as we get to PS3, I draw the line because it's like why? And then you see with Sony, like I'm not a Last of Us fan at all. But the fact that there's so many remasters, like it's a meme at this point. What are you doing? This game just came out. You're not making it look any better, really. Like, oh, look, I can see slight details more. Thank you. Whereas like with Nintendo, you have the Metroid Prime remaster, and it's like, that was amazing. Like, good job. Super Mario RPG, also a fantastic remaster. So I think Nintendo definitely does it better. But I want games to advance more so that when you make remasters, it actually makes sense. Because right now, it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I agree. I would draw the line in the same place. The 360, PS3, Wii generation. I mean, between PS2 and PS3, like those generations, there was like a massive technological hike. And now it's just like massively diminishing returns where we're just like nitpicking over graphics, it feels like. And remasters,
You're absolutely right, because I still remember that jump in graphics, and it felt like the universe was so, like, the future of the video game universe was so rich. Do you remember that Killzone 2 trailer that everybody was losing their minds over the PS3 when it was first coming out? The future is insane. And so
well, I mean, wasn't that one bullshit where it was like all CG?
For sure. It was basically what we get now today, which is a very awesome, long-winded, non-interactive cutscene.
But I remember before that with Gears of War on the 360, when I was seeing that like first advertised and hinted at in magazines and stuff, I was just like, fuck, that looks really good. And that ended up actually looking that good in the gameplay, you know?
Yeah, I just want to be humble enough to be like, listen, I'm the Nintendo guy. I know how they do things. Are people actually happy about these remasters? Just a few? That is so different. That's just crazy to me.
I mean, people will eat them up, right? There's always going to be people that buy them, but for me,
the Sony ponies.
Yeah, I mean, the Crash Bandicoot remaster, on the other hand, oh my god, that was phenomenal. I was so happy that Crash Bandicoot Spiral Collection, but other than that, it's been like, why?
Yeah, I got it. I got PS2. I loved it. I got PS3. I was like, cool, I guess. PS4, I felt like I wasted my money, and PS5 is just like, why the fuck would I buy that? It doesn't feel like it has anything going for it. And now I feel like I'm just going to be, other than Nintendo, because I'm probably going to get a Switch 2 when it comes out, I'm pretty much like PC all the way now.
Johnny's going to buy 5 Nintendo Switch 2s. Different colors and everything.
I don't know. We'll
One
see.
for each
I think in our household we have 3 Switches right now, but you know.
So, wow, are there like different like editions and stuff?
Yeah, no, I mean it's not. I bet some people even got more. To be honest, some people in the chat probably got more. But no, I mean I had the first Switch I got right after it came out. My wife has a Switch because I had to get her one, and then got an OLED because you know it's an OLED. It looks better, you know. So yeah, plus it's got the whole like Tears of the Kingdom skin on it. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Okay, let me hit up some super chats and everything. Thank you guys for being here. By the way, slap the like button. Abomination for Two says, no one would be interesting besides me spelling words correctly. If people dig online and found pictures of British politicians posting offensive stuff like baby pictures, call it transphobic or something. That's a weird statement to make, but all right, let's move on from that. Okay, here we go. Abomination for Two also says, hell yes, we need more ripoffs to troll Nintendo, make them waste their time and money on frivolous lawsuits and threats. I don't know how much time that's going to be. They'll probably just send someone off and be like, deal with it.
Yeah, stop distracting them. They need a new F-Zero game. Come on.
Right? Kladex says, Sora's my favorite character in Kingdom Hearts because he's like me and doesn't know what the hell is happening in the story.
Exactly.
Lord Spleech says, I want the Nintendo versus Sega console wars back. Sega should make a hybrid console called the Sega Dream Gear.
Oh, it's just broadly there was a fun conflict there, like when Sony entered the market, and then you had like them making commercials where Crash Bandicoot was like shitting on the both of them. Like that was pretty cool. I miss that combative nature in advertising.
Yeah, now like there's no real console war because they all suck.
Can we do a trade? I want to do a trade with Xbox. That's what I want to do. Xbox, you can have Sega exclusively. Sonic, that could be the new rival. Xbox, Nintendo, Sonic, Mario. But you need to give us Rare back, okay? Rare back with Nintendo. That's what I want.
Nathan says, Mario's a working class man, which is why people like him more, while Sonic is that one sports star who cannot leave his heyday in the 90s that everyone rolls their eyes and go, okay, bro.
I wish Sonic in the movies would shut up a little bit more. It's just too many like gags and it's a little bit annoying.
I think the voice actor is playing him, you know, that's his character. That's who he was in Parks and Rec, you know, and all that sort of thing. So I feel like they kind of geared it to fit his personality a little bit, which is like that.
Yeah. And it sort of conflicts. Sorry, Blabs, but just like it conflicts with how Sonic was, I think, in the 90s in the Genesis games, where he was just like this silent,
more
kind
stoic
of badass. Yeah, and he like got impatient if you were idle too long. He would jump off the screen and you get a game over. You know, it's like A lot more silent attitude. Yeah.
B. Barrett says the only HW mod I want is the one that makes your character no longer they them. Yeah, well, good luck with that. C for 5 says people like looking at attractive people. It's normal. Having eye candy in a game is awesome for everyone except the woke and self-righteous. Correct. Daniel says, will my 2 favorite girls, Kana and Mary Rose, in-game? In-game?
I haven't seen news on either of them, so I hope so. I think they are going to nickel and dime us and make us DLC everybody, so.
Mercy says, I want my favorite DOA girl, Spartan Nicole 453.
Fun fact, she has the biggest bust size in all of the DOA girls. You can't see it because she's under armor. Yeah, they literally say the measurements of all the girls.
Kay's out here going...
They do. They literally list all the measurements, though, and Nicole has the biggest measurements, but you never see her boobs because she's in the armor.
Wow, very specific. David says, only problem with DOA XVV is that as far as I know, the game is region locked, Asia only. The new DOA X stream will also be region locked. You can still play the PS5 disc, though, if you import it.
Yes, so you can import it, luckily. The real trouble is for PC gamers. I think you have to do some fun stuff with your Steam to get it available. But yeah, for console, you're fine. Just import the disc.
Carlos, became a new member. Thank you very much. Dark Flood says, John, bout to bust, bro. Trying so hard to keep it together. This show is crazy. Get gone. Light fraud. Dark Flood gang. Thanks, man. That's hilarious that Flood has a parody account. 2 of them, at least. White says, at least we got 3 houses, Kay.
Why do you do this to me, Wait? No, I hate 3 houses so much.
Ooh, wow.
Oh my god, I hate 3
that
houses.
a game?
It's a Fire Emblem game.
Fire Emblem 3
Oh,
houses.
right. Oh, yeah,
And-
yeah.
Oh, today, Kay. Wow.
It barely has anyone from the original team on it. It's not even a Fire Emblem game at all, but people love it. So now that's kind of the new direction that people are going in with Fire Emblem, and it drives me crazy because it's nothing like the classic Fire Emblem games.
There's some
at
wild
all.
takes.
What?
Rob's criticizing your takes on stuff she knows jack squat
I
about.
know exactly nothing of it. I'm just like,
fire.
that's a hot take. Just fueled fire over here. Pop, pop.
No, Wait knows he can get me started on 3 houses. That's why he does this to me.
Miku says, no digital time to yar. Also, Sophis is best girl. Thank you very much. Sigrun says, before releasing in Japan only was because they didn't think the product would succeed in overseas market. Now they give us something entirely else with a bad localization instead. That's fair. Dirt is King says, Japan wants American and most other Westerners to play with foreign money, which is stronger than the Japanese yen. This was likely due to a critical mass foreigners paying Japanese prices. Mother 3! I was to say Mazda 3, but that's not it. Mother 3. CIA says, I'll be using your fanfics for research in Project Blue Drink, okay? The war of the minds of men rages on.
I'm intrigued.
All right. B. Barrett says, K, 3 houses or engage.
Oh, tough question, because you know what? The thing is, I'm not going to sit here and simp for Engage either. It kind of also sucks, but at least it's more return to form. I think if I stopped halfway through Engage as well, because I'm like, this is kind of sloppy and boring story. If I had to choose between the 2, I think I'd go back to Engage over 3 houses. The problem with 3 houses is it just doesn't feel like a Fire Emblem game. And I felt like this for so long, and then way after I found out that when you look at who actually worked on it, it was more Koei Tecmo people, which in theory I should love because I love DOA and all this stuff. But it doesn't fit. They don't really understand the nature of Fire Emblem. So for me, the peak Fire Emblems are the Game Boy Advance ones. That's where I really love them. Sacred Stones, Fire Emblem 7, Fire Emblem 6. And of course, I love the classic ones with Marth and everything. But if I had to choose, I would go back to Engage, but I don't really like either.
What was the one on GameCube? Was that 3 houses?
Path of Radiance. You're thinking
Oh,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that a good one?
Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn are great. So Radiant Dawn was the Wii one, and Path of Radiance is GameCube. They're excellent. I highly recommend them. Pretty much once you get past Radiant Dawn, then it starts to decline. Fire Emblem Awakening, they put a lot of effort into because they thought that was like their last ditch effort before like the series would die out. They didn't really know how well it'd be perceived, but ended up doing really well, so they kept going. And now we're in the Three Houses verse, which a lot of new fans love Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I get it, but it's just not for me. Like it's so melodramatic and stupid, and like you're in a school the whole time, and I just don't care.
And then they had their Smash Brothers propaganda to try to make us all, Fire Emblem fans. Like 10 different Fire Emblem characters.
As a fan of both Smash Bros. And Fire Emblem, like, I gotta say, they do put too many Fire Emblem characters in Smash Bros. Like, it becomes a Fire Emblem fighter. I want my Smash Bros. To be Smash Bros. And my Fire Emblem to be Fire Emblem, but then the thing is that Melee kind of got me into Fire Emblem because Roy was in there, and that was, like, his first Western appearance, so I don't know.
I used to main Roy in Melee, but
so
I
good.
hadn't even played Fire Emblem at that point, so I just really like that character.
Yeah, he was a great introduction.
Pippa says Misaki is best girl. Disappoints me that we have to import it. I imported 3 copies of the last one. Thank you. John says, love your Three Houses fanfic, Kay. I cried when Byleth killed Edelgard, and Edelgard says, you were always my Fire Emblem when she passed. Your words moved me.
Oh, no.
Man, this fanfics goes deep, bro. Miku says, the only FE game I played is 3H. The only part I hate is the monastery. I bet it kills her that it is the best-selling FE game.
It does. It really, really does. Trust me, it hurts my soul so much.
I just hope Nintendo's smart enough to look at the fact that a lot of the best-selling games in any franchise were on the Switch because it's the Switch. Like, they've had a lot of best-selling games there that it's like, yeah, it's sold like crazy. But if you look at like how many games sold of Tears of the Kingdom on the Switch in comparison to how many copies of Ocarina of Time they sold in comparison to the N64, a higher percentage of N64 owners owned Ocarina of Time than like Tears of the Kingdom, But are they factoring that in, or are they just looking at the raw number itself? Because you kind of have to take that into the equation.
It's a good point, yeah.
Alright, Secret says, Three Houses is a bad game because the story and lore twist and turn depending on if you pick Edelgard's side or not. Also, sign against Edelgard, I hope I'm saying that right because I don't know his name, is the right choice. Dirty King says, Three Houses is much better than Engage. The story is what people like Three Houses better. I want a true-to-form remake of Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War. Well, that game is fantastic, best in the series. And then Miku says, siding with Edelgard is best to correct her What is that word?
It's a beautiful
I don't want
word.
to know.
Anyway, John, where can the people find you?
John Graham on YouTube. I do Machinima series. I used to work for Machinima back in the day. I do a show called R Being the Chief. And and I do streams sometimes too. So I'm working my way through the Halo games right now.
Yes, and RB and the Chief videos. All of them. John says, Golden Deer Gang to do best boy, Listia best girl. Thanks. Okay.
I'd pick the Lions if I had to, but again, I hate that game. So.
Johnny, where can people find you?
For my Metroid and Zelda channel, you can find me on Zeltroid. That's where I talk about the lore, speculate what's coming out on the Switch 2. I am working on right now the story of Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Explained, because I do think we will be getting a remaster for that one pretty soon, and people are going to want to know what the hell's going on, because I certainly didn't know the first time I played it. You could also check out my Metroid Prime Story Explained, which is one of the videos I'm most proud of over there. So yeah, that's where you can find me on Zeltroid if you like Zelda and Metroid videos.
Nice. And Kay, where can the people find you?
I'm Melee K, one half of Melee Games, and tonight we're going to be doing the Melee Madness podcast, so you can hear me yell about more games. And yeah, you can find us anywhere at Melee Games.
Awesome. And as for me, I have my second channel up. It's called Blabs Life. I know it's a spin-off of the word Bugs Life because I'm intelligent. I've been playing Unholy, Call of Duty, Jurassic World, and in the next 48 hours, I'm going to try the new modding on Hogwarts Legacy. So come check out all the games I've been playing. And the mystery says, I embrace the Fire Emblem Smash Bros. The more you know. All right, guys. Craig will be back tomorrow, maybe, unless he's still dead. Stay tuned for our guests. I have to confirm that before I announce anything. Anyway, people gotta try to keep you down. Don't let us. You guys gotta go get it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, fatality and fertility and everything else in between.